What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Now, you know I got another banger for you, so kick back, relax, and come take a ride with your boy. It was a busy weekend in the Wnba, man. A lot of the star rookies in the 2024 class made their preseason debuts, their first real taste of WNBA action. We saw Reese get busy. We saw Caitlin Clark drop a player. We're going to talk about that, doing what she does, showing the three-point range. Rickea Jackson, Brink, Camila Cardoso, JC Sheldon, Jaylen Brown, Alyssa Peely, all getting it in over this weekend, man. And it was a great first chance for us to evaluate how these players will adapt to the pro game. We also had a coach call out the WNBA for not having the broadcast for the Minnesota Lynx versus the Chicago Sky. Come on! We gotta see that action when Reese and Camila Cardoso and Alyssa Peely are making their debuts. What are we doing, WNBA? They had somebody with a cell phone video out there, y'all, that got 1 million views. What are we doing? They dropping the ball, literally. But before we get into all that and get into these grades and breaking down these performances, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest. And join our memberships. We got that exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Now, let's get into it.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
All eyes were on the Indiana Fever. Of course, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, part of that group leading the way. But Caitlin Clark, the most highly anticipated WNBA debut that we have seen maybe in this league's history. Her jersey sold out. She's got a crazy deal, over $20 million plus coming to her from Nike, a signature shoe. Everything is going for her right now, man. She's bringing eyes to the game that we've never seen before. And we just got to talk about this first off. Yo, did y'all see her drop JC Sheldon, though? Oh, my goodness. This looks too familiar. This is such a cold picture. This is ridiculous, man. But Clark did not disappoint. You know what I'm saying? Looking at the numbers, Clark finished with 21 points, shooting 5 of 12 from 3. She also had 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Now, I do expect those rebounds and those assists to go up. And I think that the more that she gets used to, because she had 5 turnovers too, so I think those will cut down. That's normal for rookie guards to have turnovers, man. It's her first game. There's going to be some jitters. But she did what she wanted to do out there. She looked good shooting the basketball, creating space. I know a lot of people talked about the athletes and the level of athleticism and if she would be able to create space to get her shot off at the next level. We see that's not an issue. The handle is translating. The speed, the shiftiness, and that step back is still deadly in the WNBA from logo range. Now, you know, they lost the game, but it's really more so about development at this point. Them building chemistry and just continuing to improve as a team day by day. But Clark, I think, debuted pretty well. I got to give her an A for her performance, man. I think there's a lot of anticipation, a lot of eyes. Some want to see her succeed. Some want to see her fail. I think the league needs her to be a superstar, though, to make that next jump into a different stratosphere of viewing and fandom. But, you know, it's a tough situation. I think, though, it's a tough situation because of the criticism and the microscope she will be under, but I think she's in a good situation playing with Aaliyah Boston, playing with a Kelsey Mitchell. Like, there's talent on this Indiana team, and the more they get out and transition and run, I think we'll see her court vision and her passing capabilities on full display, because that is the thing I think that will really, really separate her in this level of basketball, is her ability to just hit opponents in stride, get those outlet passes, and make the game easier for the players around her, because she's playing with the most talent she's ever played. But scoring 20 plus in your first game debut, all eyes on you. I gotta give Mrs. Clark an A. I think that she performed pretty well. Yeah, we want to see the turnovers cut down. We want to see a little bit more of the playmaking, but players have got to make shots too when she kicks it out to them. So I think we will continue to see her progress, but starting out, not bad, man. Nice little 20 piece, you know what I'm saying? And how cool was it to see Cheryl Swoopes interview Caitlin Clark after her first game? We know Swoopes made those comments that ruffled some feathers when she said Caitlin Clark wasn't going to have the same impact, wasn't going to be doing what she's doing, might have some growing pains. chains, which we're seeing in the WNBA, making that move to the pro level. But it was cool to see them two chop it up after the game.
First WNBA game, was it everything you expected it to be? I know it wasn't the outcome you wanted, but tell us how did you feel about your first performance?
Yeah, I thought we played really hard. Just a great atmosphere for women's basketball. I think it's a good kickoff to the WNBA season. I think the way we played, there's some things we could have executed a little better. I thought we could have got into our offense a little bit better. The pace was amazing. That's fun basketball. People like to watch, but overall, definitely what I expected.
Yeah, so what do you take away from this game? Besides the fact that you guys didn't walk out of here with a W, what do you take away from this game that you want to improve on moving forward?
I think just the little things. I think knowing when to push in transition and knowing when to slow up and run our offense a little bit better. I think overall our defense was pretty good. I thought we could have gotten better in some areas. I thought we could have passed the ball a little bit better, but overall, a lot to learn from. These are good learning experiences for us. This doesn't count. Go back and watch the film. Film doesn't lie, and learn from that.
All right, thanks. Good luck the rest of the season.
We also saw some others. I think the surprise, man, for the Dallas Wings, though we mentioned they went up against the Indiana Fever. I think the surprise, though, in this was Jaylen Brown, y'all. Oh, my goodness. She was out there lighting it up. I think we weren't even sure if she would be a player to make this team. You know what I'm saying? JC Sheldon got all the buzz, all the hype going in the first round. But Brown, oh, my goodness, she was shooting that rock, y'all. She looked comfortable out there, getting to her spots, hitting contested shots, moving without the basketball, spotting up, knocking down shots, and was second in points on this team, man. I think she not only has a very good chance of making this team, I think that she has a very good chance of being a strong contributor as well. Brown finished with 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist, man. I think she was the surprise of the weekend. Really, really blew people away who weren't familiar with her game. We also saw Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso with the Chicago Sky and the potential, and we know now that these two can play with one another. Cardoso saw limited minutes, had 6 points, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block. Angel Reese, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 2 steals, and 1 block. Oh, before we move on, though, Brown, we got to give her an A+. She might be the only A+ on this list. Big time performance, A+ for her. Angel Reese, we got to give her an A as well. I think that she played really well. In her limited time, she played over 24 minutes, 13 points, 9 rebounds, almost a double-double in her first game. We saw her get 2 steals, 1 block. She had some assists as well, man. I think, we saw her find Camila Cardoso and them connect on a bucket. Cardoso coming off the bench. Just the size, the force, and the immediate impact. We see the physicality of the game is not going to be a problem for Reese or Cardoso. They can play together. Reese is spreading the floor a little bit more. We've seen her working on the jumper. They have 2 twin towers to build around for the immediate future, man. So shout out Coach Witherspoon. Just this whole organization, just a really incredible draft. I think there was some skepticism at first. Could these two get along? They've been competitors since they were teenagers. And, we saw Camila Cardoso take a fall, and Angel Reese was right there to pick up her teammate. These two are locked in. I think they're bringing great energy, size, and a presence in the paint that Chicago had been lacking for a few years now. But just this team is not getting out-rebounded by anybody. Angel Reese looked good, man. She looked physical out there. She's still being able to get to her spots. We're seeing her put the ball on the floor a little bit more. She's still relentless on the glass, and she's being active on the defensive side, creating chaos in the passing lanes. I love what we saw it. Like, they're playing her at the high post. She's able to make decisions and show that gifted passing ability she has. They run the floor really well. Cardoso, just agile, runs like a reindeer. She's in there blocking shots, bothering shots, and just being a physical force. I think as her offense continues to come along, she will definitely continue to see increased minutes. But I love what the Sky did. I love what these two players are doing. We're seeing that they can complement each other on the court. And we're just scratching the surface with Angel Reese, man. I want to see her more in that point forward role. You know what I'm saying? Handling the basketball a little bit more. Being able to make those decisions we're seeing her make. Passing at the top of the key. I want to see her continue to be aggressive and just continue to show that range, man, being able to shoot the basketball, because that's the next step in her development. Cardoso, continue to find a go-to move. That's going to be her next big thing, finding a go-to post move. But we know that she is athletic. We know that she runs the floor. She has an unlimited motor. She's going to be an elite defensive presence, blocking shots. And the one she doesn't block, she's going to bother at 6'8". So I love what I saw from this guy, man. I got to give Angel Reese an A. I got to give Camila Cardoso a B. She played limited minutes, but she was productive with her time. So shout out to her. And she also told us why she signed to Reebok instead of Nike.
Shoe companies wanted to work with me, but I chose Reebok. What was it about Reebok? One, they didn't have a women's basketball player, a face. So I wanted to be that. 2, Shaq. My relationship with Shaq. And 3, I like how they were rebranding everything. And they're like letting me be the creative behind like everything I want to do. So like I'm having my own shoe line coming out, merch, my name on it. That y'all can be able to shop and like step to our age. Like y'all like what I wear, y'all like how I dress, y'all like my style. So like I wanted to incorporate that into Reebok. I want people wearing my shoes. I'm gonna have shoes probably in a couple years. My own shoe, maybe like 2 years. Once I'm in the league, like and hooping and stuff. So yeah. And I wanted to be a priority. Because I could have signed easily with Nike. I could have signed easily with Jordan, but like everybody doing that. Like y'all know I don't like doing what everybody do. I like to do the complete opposite. I'm bringing Reebok back, yeah.
Looking at a couple more rookies on the list. J.C. Sheldon, we mentioned, got dropped by Caitlin Clark, but she comes in and has 6 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists with her Dallas Wings team making her debut. Alyssa Peely, the sensational hybrid forward out of Utah, the scoring machine, walking bucket, only had 2 points and 1 rebound for the Minnesota Lynx. Obviously trying to still find her way into this rotation. And the way that Brown was playing, she might be taking minutes away from Sheldon as well. So it's still early, man. I don't want to read into this a whole lot. I definitely say J.C. Sheldon, we're giving her like a B-. Peely, we got like a C+. But that's not to down anybody. It's the first game. There's still a lot to see, a lot of basketball to be played. There's players still figuring out their roles, still adjusting to the speed, the tempo of this game, the physicality of this game. We're seeing rookies getting cut every year. First round picks we're already seeing. We saw Bria Bill just got waived by the Aces, man. Like, it's some talented players that are scrapping for minutes right now. So, all these rookies that we're talking about aren't even guaranteed to make their teams. So, we'll see how it continues to progress. But I don't want to put too much emphasis on this. This is just our first taste. We got to talk about what we've seen so far, but this isn't like the end-all, be-all. So, nobody should be offended. This is just weekend 1, what we're seeing. In a few weeks, when the regular season starts, things could look totally different. But shout out Jaylen Brown, man. She looked great out there. Sensational. She was really the surprise of the weekend for me. Just how she was just making shots, looking natural, looking just incredible off the dribble. The shot was just pure. It was falling, man. She's found her stride early with these wings, and I think she can be a contributor. We also saw the Los Angeles Sparks, a historic franchise that has been a pillar, a cornerstone in the WNBA, usher in a new era with Rickea Jackson, the Tennessee rookie, coming in, as well as Cameron Brink, the 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. Rickea Jackson, we give her an A as well, 10 points, 4 rebounds, shooting 44% from the field. And I honestly have been saying this since she got drafted, man, that she might be the most WNBA ready player in this draft, just with her versatility, her size, her skill set, being able to play on the perimeter or inside the paint. She's got a nasty mid-range jumper. She can create space, great footwork, great ability to just handle the basketball. Those perimeter skills really coming in handy. And honestly, man, she's just a dog. She's a competitor out there. I was super excited to see the Sparks make this pick. I know they lost some big pieces in free agency, and they needed some elite scores to come in. They needed some immediate scores to come in, and Rickea Jackson been about a bucket for years now. Cameron Brink, who was taken with the number 2 pick, 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 blocks. And I don't know if anybody had more fun than her in their debut, man. But we see Brink still calling card, defense, blocking shots, using that length, 6'4", 6'5", long, athletic, agile, very nimble on her feet, great timing, and just great defensive prowess, man. She came up with 11 points and 3 rebounds as well. Showing the skill, being able to stretch the floor. She can hit the 3, she can hit the mid-range, she can pick and roll, pick and pop. Just versatile, man. And like I said, she's just having fun out there. But they got 2 dogs, I think, that are capable of making an immediate impact. And like we said, ushering a new era of LA Sparks basketball. Everybody can't play in LA, man. And these 2 rookies really showed up and showed out. So shout out to them. We got to give Cameron Brink an A as well. Very impressed with her performance being impactful on both sides of the basketball. And we know she's got a slim frame, but the physicality, she's down there holding her own, banging with those bigs in the WNBA. So shout out to Brink. Rickea Jackson, one of the smoothest players to come into this draft, and I think she will continue to be able to find her shots, pick her spots, and be effective scoring that rock in her rookie season. And then we mentioned the Minnesota Lynx coach went in, y'all, on the WNBA after their game wasn't broadcasted. I mean, how do you have Angel Reese, Camila Cardoso, 2 top 10 picks that also have both won national championships, and one is definitely a household name? How do you not have that game on broadcast?
Well, one, hey, Allie, we should all send $3. Anybody that watched it should have sent $3 to the person. I don't even know who it is. I just heard walking here, Abby shared with me. At the time, you said 120, so it's up to 100 and 160, I guess. People said 200,000. 200,000, which I think that what I would say is that the growth is happening so fast. It's so accelerated. And I've been saying this in our own organization, that business as usual isn't going to work anymore. You're going to get left behind. And this is an example. Pretty simply, I'll tell you what happens in the preseason. I think we've been ready for this. I think we've talked about it. Can't tell you, I'm not in all the business meetings, but we have been wanting, there's been a thirst for it, not just this season, even before that, I felt like, but what you have to weigh, I think what they would tell you is they have to weigh the production costs, for preseason games. Maybe it's not beneficial for everyone, to do. So that's what's in the way, that decision of, where you're going to spend your money. And, certainly, Caitlin's first game, they were going to value. I'm all for that. I get it. People want to see that, but they also want to see, it's not just about Caitlin, and this isn't Caitlin's fault in any way. It's more, the recognition that there's general excitement about the WNBA in ways that we haven't seen before. And so we have to capitalize, to really ensure that this is a movement. We have to capitalize on those things. And so we'll learn. I think we'll learn. Again, it's like, we say, sometimes even on the court, like, you can't fix everything. What's the low hanging fruit? Let's try to, get to it. But Angel Reese has a pretty strong following. And, I thought it'd been cool if she would have whipped out her phone and maybe, her and Peely, like I said, when I posted, maybe they stream it. Just kind of, put some sort of cam on them.
But again, I digress. Hopefully they get it right. I know that the Aces are playing like the Puerto Rico national team, and that game isn't set to be broadcasted either. The 2-time defending champs, we need to be locked in. Y'all let me know how y'all feel, though. How the WNBA can improve with marketing and just continuing to provide a platform and to provide adequate coverage to this superstar, these new superstars that are coming into the league, and continue to just expand their brand and bring more viewers in. Let me know, bringing more dollars in. Holla at your boy. Let me know how y'all feel about the situation. That's a wrap for us. For all the latest and the greatest, I am Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. Until next time, hey, we out.